Welcome back. We're going to continue our series on solving multi-step equations. We should be getting a pretty good handle on it right now. So let's just go ahead and do a few more just so we can pound it on home. Let's see, we have a minus 5 times x over 2 plus x plus 1 minus 3 over 4 minus x over 4 equals 7 over 8. Okay, so lots of stuff going on here. We take it one step at a time. We actually know how to do all this. So let's go ahead and distribute this minus 5 right here and right here. And ignore the plus 1 for now. We're going to distribute this negative sign into this expression. So right here and right here. We can do this in one step. Let's be careful to watch our signs. Minus 5 times x over 2 is a minus 5 over 2 x. We're going to write it to the side. And a minus 5 times x is a minus 5x. Okay? Rewrite our plus 1. That's not getting touched right now. Let's distribute this negative sign into the expression. And we noticed in previous examples that whenever we just distribute a negative sign into an expression, all it does is just change the sign of everything, both terms in the expression. So we have a minus 3 over 4 and a positive x over 4. Same thing as multiplying both of them by minus 1, because there's an understood minus 1 right here. All right, and then we have a 7 over 8 on the other side. All right, now we can go ahead and combine some like terms. See, we have an x right here, x right here, x right here, and then we simply just have a number here and a number here. Okay. Let's start off by, let's go ahead and write the terms with the x's over a same common denominator. Let's write it with a common denominator of 4, since this is the largest one. We have denominators of 1 right here, which is an understood 1, a 5 over 1. We have a 2 right here, a 5 over 2, and a 4 right here, which is a 1 over 4. So let's just get a little clarity here and write them over one denominator. So minus 5 over 2, we want to write it with a denominator of 4. So this is going to be a minus 10 over 4. Minus 5x, we want to write that with a denominator of 4. So that's going to be a minus 20 over 4x. Let's not forget our x here as well. Let's save the plus 1. We want to put all our common terms together first. Let's go ahead and write our plus x over 4, or 1 over 4x. Probably should have written it. And then let's put these together. Let's rewrite 1 as with a denominator of 4 as well, since we'll be subtracting 3 over 4 from it. So we have plus 4 over 4. It's the same thing as 1. And a minus 3 over 4. And then on the other side, we have 7 over 8. Okay, so all we did is change the look of a few of the fractions, and we put all the terms with the variable together and all the other terms together. Okay, so let's take it one at a time. Minus 10 over 4 minus 20 over 4 is a plus minus 20 over 4. This will give us a minus 30 over 4x. Okay, so we just combine these two terms. Let's rewrite this term as a plus 1 over 4 times x. We took care of that one, and we can go ahead and combine these two right here. 4 over 4 minus 3 over 4 is a positive 1 over 4. We still have our 7 over 8 on the other side. Now in one step, let's go ahead and combine these two and move the 1 over 4 to the other side. We want everything on the right, the variable alone by itself on the left. So we want to subtract 1 over 4 from both sides. Okay, these two are going to cancel. So all that's left is minus 30 over 4 plus 1 over 4, which gives us a minus 29 over 4 times x. That's all that's left on the left side. Over here we have a 7 over 8 minus 1 over 4, but let's go ahead and write it over 8 so we can subtract in the next step. This is the same as 2 over 8 1 over 4 is the same as 2 over 8. We still have our minus 29 over 4x on the left. We can subtract these. 7 minus 2 is 5 over 8. And we just have one step left. And we multiply by the negative reciprocal over here, so we just get a positive x by itself. So we multiply by minus 4 over 29. Multiply that to our minus 29 over 4x equals 5 over 8. We're going to multiply this side by the same reciprocal, the minus 4 over 29. Okay, this cancels with this. And all we have left on the left side is a positive x. And before we multiply these two together, let's factor out a 2, or let's factor out a 4, excuse me, and out of these two terms. And that makes our calculations a little easier. We're multiplying a positive and a negative, which gives us a negative. 5 times 1 is 5, and 2 times 29 is 58. And that is our answer. Okay, so we should know how to do these. It's a pretty lengthy one, but as long as we simplify along the way, group common terms together, it kind of assures us that we won't make any mistakes, and even if we do, we'll catch it if we check it after, or check our answer when we're done. Let's do another quick example. Let's say we have 9x times, or divided by, excuse me, x minus 1 equals 11. Okay, we haven't seen one like this before, but it's not very difficult when you understand what's going on. What we can do, we see that the denominator has two terms in it. We can actually group together the x minus 1 and treat it as one denominator. Because what do we do when we saw a fraction with a couple of terms in the numerator denominator? Well, we just multiplied both sides by the denominator. And that got rid of the fraction bar to where we only had the variable on the left and it's not buried inside of a fraction. So we can do the same thing here by multiplying this entire expression by an expression of x minus 1. Okay, we do the same thing on the right side as well. So we're actually multiplying by an expression, which this cancels with this. It's the same thing as if it was just a number or a variable. And this gives us just a 9x on the left. Okay, so if we have two terms in the numerator, or excuse me, the denominator, we can multiply, we can group those together and multiply the entire expression by that denominator. Just like we did when we had two terms in the numerator and we multiplied the entire expression by the one term in the denominator, we can do the same thing. Okay. Over here we have 11 times x minus 1. We can go ahead and distribute this 11 into the expression. So we have an 11x. 11 times a minus 1 is a minus 11. Let's go ahead and move the 11x over to the left. So we're going to subtract both sides by a minus 11x. That'll cancel. On the left side, we have remaining a minus 2x, and on the right side we have a minus 11. One step left, we have a coefficient attached to our variable, so we divide by that coefficient, a minus 2. Divide the other side by a minus 2 as well. That'll cancel, leaving us just a positive x, which is what we want. And these two negatives cancel, which leave us with 11 halves. Okay, so that's another technique that we can come across that'll become very, very handy when we have multiple terms in the denominator of a fraction, especially when we're trying to extract a variable and isolate it. So go through this and be sure to check both of these answers, plug them back into the equation just to make sure, get in the habit of that, and make sure that we got the valid solution, and I'll see you in the next video.